Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. Hey everyone, it is a beautiful Monday. Today is Monday and it's time for a afternooner. I know what an afternooner is. Trust me, and this ain't that. This is going to be something totally different. It's going to be unique. There's going to be I don't want to get into details. So as always, you guys, give me a sign of life in the chat so I know I hooked everything up properly and I pushed all the right buttons and pulled all the right levers. Yeah, I wanted to do this as a morning show, and I got up early enough, but things being what they are here at the new house, there were a lot of things to do, and I didn't get around to my morning show. So it is a nooner show. It is an afternooner show. So just got back from a wonderful lunch with my beautiful wife, and she's out mailing packages. So we've got a lot of artwork sales. So anybody that bought artwork in the last few weeks on my Art by T Bear site, your pages are going out. And some of the books, we've still had some orders, chrono orders, those are going out as well. So anybody who has ordered artwork or books, you should get them soon. So we got that. And also, I wanted to give you guys an update. I should update the Chrono Mechanics site as well. I'm still looking for paper. I want to do the golden time card drawings, because one of the fun things we did on the Chrono Mechanics campaign is if you got a golden time card, you got a free drawing. So you filled out the time card, send it to me, and I'll do a drawing for you. And I was setting that all up before we left California, and then I was thinking I was going to be able to get right into it when we got here at the new place, but we still have boxes we have not opened up yet. So I can't find my paper, and I don't want to buy any more paper unless, until I know that didn't get here, because I have a ton of that paper already, and it would be a shame to just keep buying more and more and more. Not that I'm not going to use it eventually, but that's where I'm at. So we have Gaming or What in the chat. Thanks for the sign of life. Hail Art, what's up, brother? I borrow ideas. What's up, Mr. K? Mr. K is fitting the bill, or whatever that Beatles song. And for the benefit of Mr. Kite, there will be a show tonight on Trampoline. Mighty Joe, what's up? Betty Anderson. Hey, Art. Hey, Betty. What's up? What's going on? Are you going to Comicpalooza this year? They're accepting applications. A friend of mine sent me an application, so I got to get around to signing that or filling that out, because I would like to go. Either way, I'm going to go to the show just to hang out, but it would be nice to get out. I don't know how that's going to work, though. Is everybody going to have to wear masks? If so, I don't know if I could wear a mask for 8 hours at a show at a time. I can barely get through an hour at a store or whatever with those masks on. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. So I don't know, maybe if they've lifted the mask restrictions. But yeah, I got to look into that. I do want to go, though, for sure. And we were out, when was it, Sunday or Saturday? And we were driving around, and we found another comic book shop. I think it's called Fat Ogre. It's called Fat Ogre, and I think it's right on the fringes, the outskirts of the Woodlands area. And I met the owner. Seems like a cool guy. I met the guy who orders the comic books. What's his name? Dave? I don't remember his name. Good guy. So I may be doing a free comic book day there. I'm probably going to do, what is it called? There's another one. I got their card here somewhere. I forgot what they're called, but I'll probably do that shop as well, because they're pretty close together. I can't find their card. But I'll probably do both of those shops on the same day. And because they told me that free comic book day is a go, at least at this point. So That'll be fun. Once again, there was a lot of people at that shop that didn't have masks on, so I don't know if they've lifted the restrictions yet. I see people with masks on, and I see them without. So that'll be interesting. I really don't like those things. So William says, a good nooner, Art. Yes. Todd, what's up? What's the truth? The truth be known. Let it be known. Let it be known. Nooners with Art. Yeah, everything's sexual with me. Comics are sexy. What is this? Bristol Lillen. I can't say that. I'll just call you Dave. Good evening, Art from jolly old England. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. How's it going? It's probably raining there. It's always raining in London or in England. Hail Art and the chat. Yeah, Shadowhawk. Hey, Leroy. I'm sure Leroy will have something disgusting to say later. He always does. Hey, there's Mr. K again. Wait, there's Mr. K again. Wish I could go out to a comic shop, but we are in full lockdown in the UK. Holy shit, I got a lot of UK people in the chat today. That is a shame. I've been noticing more and more here in Texas. My new home, by the way, there's a lot. I wouldn't say 50-50, but it's probably a 70-30 split. There's about 30% of people that are not wearing masks, and on some, I actually like it on some level. I'm not a germaphobe. I never have been, but I'm a big fan of freedom. So I kind of like the idea of some people not wearing a mask, or people not wearing a mask. I don't know. I mean, it could be ignorant, because I'm sure that people that know the statistics better and how contagious this virus is and stuff like that, they probably would think I'm being very cavalier about it. But my wife has a condition that if she caught it, she'd be very, very compromised, let's just say. And she feels the same way. She's very brave. I mean, we wear masks when we go out. We do. But she kind of likes the idea of let's get on with our lives. Let's stop doing this craziness. So so I do like. There's a part of me that likes that. Spirits Car, please spice up the boring decor in your studio. I know. It's this damn staircase wall. I have a big piece of artwork that I was thinking I could post right between the Batman Catwoman cowl. That might spice it up, but you can see it from downstairs, and it's really a geeky piece of artwork. Actually, what it is, I have a Disneyland map from when I was a kid. They used to make they were all like hand drawn. They'd have caricatures, and they would have the whole park drawn out, but it would be like weirdly three-dimensional. So instead of just like a flat geographic map where you just see the rooftops, they would be drawn in 3 dimensions. I mean, the perspective is crazy, not correct, but it's really fun. And I think it's from 1975 or 76, because the attraction is this thing. This was the Disney park in Anaheim, California, and it had coming events or coming attractions was the show called America Sings, which was a celebration of the bicentennial. So Disney was all patriotic at the time. So the map has that. So how old would that be? It's from 75. So it's old. And my wife framed it up for me for one Christmas, and it looks really, really cool. So it would fit in there perfectly, but I don't know. You can see it from the rest of the house. So I don't know how my wife would feel about that. Not that I'm too worried about it, but I do try to keep my my geekier side away from the rest of the house. Some people I see that they take over their entire house with their comic books and their statues and all that stuff, but I try not to. And the good thing about this house is the whole upstairs, it's all mine. So there's the main room here, which is the studio, and then the door on this side that's going to be the T-Bear vault. So that's where all the original artwork and all my collection is, like my original comic books and stuff. I was going to put them up in the attic, which is above this door, but somebody told me don't put your comic books up in the attic. I don't know why. I know there's humidity and stuff like that here, but I don't know why. They're in plastic bags, so I don't know if that's bad, or I don't know. I don't know why that's not a good thing, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to put that in this room, and then there's the door here. That's a guest room, so that's the only room that's not mine. So that's a guest room in case Amanda our daughter wants to come hang out for hopefully a week or so. I miss her there. And then there's a door right next to it, and that's going to be the fulfillment center. So that's actually partially finished. So I have shelves along the lines. I have all the chrono books. I have all the black and white books that are left. I have all the patches, the trading cards and everything. I have them all in their own section. And I have my eye on a work bench, and it's got drawers in it. And I'm going to put that in the center of the room. So then you could go around the room, grab what you need, come to the center, and then you could put the orders together. And so Pamela likes that idea. And then I have a portion of the garage, about a third of the garage, which is all, it's going to be like the warehouse. So I have that for warehousing. I have all the Gemini mailers, boxes of those. I have 3 big boxes of those. I have the 11 by 17 boxes that we send out original artwork. And what else? All my backing boards, backing bags. I have boxes of those. I have some of them that will be in the fulfillment, but I have some of them down there as well. So I'm really setting up, or I'm trying to set up everything in a way that makes sense. So the next time we go, with an Indiegogo campaign, we can kind of put that together with as little effort as possible. It's still a big undertaking, but if you have dedicated areas, it makes it easier to find stuff, because before Pamela was it was taking over the entire house. So she had boxes of cards here, books here, so on and so forth. So this will be easier for her to keep track of everything. And then I have a room right here that will be my music room. So I have my drums and all my musical equipment and things in there. And I found my old stereo from the 70s. I have a turntable and everything. So I'm going to have my record collection. I'm an old guy, but there's a lot of people that really, vinyl's coming back. So I can play my records in there and be an old man. So let's see, comics with Drew Brist H or OH Lean. I don't know what that is how to pronounce that. Oh, Bristol Lean. Okay. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Comics with Drew. Cheers, mate. Bristoline, got it. Yeah, it's raining here. I predicted it. It don't rain in Indianapolis. We had a few days of rain. It wasn't raining hard here, but it was just kind of just wet, and we like it actually. It's nice. Let's see what Todd has to say about masks. No, masks don't work. Epidemiologists and microbiologists have said that masks don't work because the particle size of the beer bug is 100 times smaller than the flu. So it goes right through the masks. Good to know. So there you go. I'm not going to wear masks anymore because Todd said it's pointless. So you guys should all do the same. He's got that too much space for the furniture thing going on right now. Yeah, definitely. The room's coming together though. That one wall where the camera is aimed is probably the worst wall of the room. So that's not cool. That's not cool. I got my bookshelf hooked up. Well, partially. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see. I got to use my other arm here. Bear with me. So there's it's still a work in progress, but I got my big shelf. I got my TV. Why is it out of focus? Anyway, that's that. So yeah, like the worst room. Wow, that's weird. Hold on, I'm gonna fix my camera. The worst room is, or the worst wall is that wall that's right behind us. Oh, okay. That's why my focus was not clicked. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see here. Okay, there's that wall. I got my geeky stuff. And then I got a bunch of artwork for that wall. And then, yeah, here is my books are going in finally. So there you go. Yeah, eventually I'll probably do a tour of the studio when I get it all done. But it's still kind of work in progress. Let's see. Wait a minute. What the heck? Give me a shot of the ceiling there. Let's bring it down. Bring it down, boys. Oh, there you go. All right. And so, yeah, I don't really have much of a show. So you guys, this is the show. So we're just going to kind of BS, just touch base. You can hang a large piece of art on the wall over the stairs. That's what I'm thinking. And it would probably be the only one I have that it's really big is that, like I said, that poster. Well, it's not really a poster. It's a map of the Disney park. Actually, hold on. I can show you. I think it's right here in this room. It's massive. Yeah, here it is. Like I said, it's massive. But this could be a good backdrop. You guys will help me decorate my studio. Let's see if it shows up on the camera. Oh, there it is. It's upside down. So I could put this. Let's see. Let's stay. Yeah, so there you go. So it's really big. I could put that there. That might look good. Put up an X-Men banner. Do I have an X? Oh, I have that big piece of artwork. Oh my gosh, I do have that big piece of artwork. Yeah, that would fill up that space for sure. That'd fill up that whole wall. Yeah, I could just do studio interior decorating with art in a live stream. That'd be hilarious. Where are the drums? They are in that room. Like I said, I mean, once I get everything down, this place is I'm never gonna leave the upstairs area because it's gonna be amazing. I think Todd's referencing the comic books upstairs in the attic. So the humidity will ruin them. Good to know. That's what I was thinking. Just because the upstairs, I don't even think there's insulation in the roof part. It's just open beams and wood. So there's insulation on the ceiling, but not on the roof section. So it probably gets pretty hot and nasty up there. Let's see what Spirits Cards got this down. Get a coffee table, shelves, and put your collectibles and statues in there. There you go. All right, Johnny Rando. I gave Black and White Volume 1 plus patches to my little cousin. Volume 2 swag is all mine. Oh, cool. Cool. Speaking of 2, I do have today is going to be layout day. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but I like I don't think this is going to be used. Let me see. Move some of the light out of the way. These are layouts. These are just like quick layouts. You know what? Hold on. I know how to make this work. I'm so sorry, you guys. This has been very spontaneous. With spontaneity comes problem solving, and I'm problem solving as we go along. Yes, this will be better. There you go. Look at that. Okay. So this is page 33. Not sure if it's going to be used. There's page 32. And then I have, there's a page here that I wanted to show you. I think this one's pretty cool. So just like before with Chrono, which page is it? It's this page here. Oh man, I hate this. Hold on. Let's do this right. Okay. Here we go. So this is page 2. I got to kind of angle it because the light glares off of it. So it's kind of weird. There we go. And then I'll show you another page. So I got most of the book all roughly laid out in this form. I like this page. So sometimes I'll even put little gestures in for where the word balloons will go. So it's this page right here. So I think this page looks really cool. Yeah, so it's coming together. I want to get all the book finished in this form that I just showed you. So at this point, it's 48 pages. I'm hoping to get to 60 pages of content, but at this point, I'm gonna do the initial launch as 48 pages. So then I'm gonna put it all together as far as the writing and then the layouts. And so once I get that done, and then I have one page that I have pretty much penciled in. I have the covers done, and once I get a page or two completely done and the story laid out, then I'm going to launch volume 2. So that's the plan at this point. A lot of distractions, so I hope you guys are okay with that. And then it's going to be big. It's going to be huge, man. This storyline is incredible. It's. I knew that there was going to be a twist in it, a big reveal, but that big reveal became way more epic than I even thought it could be. And so as we keep developing the story, I'm finding out that just that one little idea is going to take us into some nice places where we can do a lot of fun stuff, a lot of fun storytelling things for you guys. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting it to that point, because once, like while the campaign's going, the month campaign, I'm just going to dedicate all my time to promoting it. So that's going to be a month to 2 months right there. And then as soon as that's done, I want to just go into drawing mode. So not storytelling mode, just complete drawing, because the way I usually work is I kind of storytell as I'm drawing, and I don't want to do that. I want to have the whole story blocked out with basic dialogue, and then just draw, and then just ink, and kind of compartmentalize it a little bit more, because what I'm realizing is that when there's too many moving parts, it's hard to focus on just one thing and to get it done. So how I've been running things is, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, kind of doing it that way. And I was thinking that was doable. And for the most part, you have to do that anyway. But what I'd like to do is have more of like, this is the focus during this moment. Like, this is the promotion. This is the Indiegogo live campaign. This is drawing mode. And then those other things become secondary. But those, like the drawing or the promotion or whatever becomes the forefront. And so then I can focus on that, and then the other things, get pushed to the side a little bit. And so it's just a matter of prioritizing so I can be more productive with things. So once I start up, full time into it, then it's just gonna start moving. And Black and White's just gonna kick ass. It's gonna be such a cool, and some of the plans that we have for it. We got some support, coming in, some guests. I got some Comicsgate people to help me along on this campaign. So there's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a ton of fun. Wait. So what is this? When do you plan launching? I'm hoping end of February, March. So the house keeps kind of taking priority at this point. So we pretty much have the family room you can sit down in it now. At least there's a couch. We still have some chairs and things on order. The bedroom, the master bedroom, is pretty much a done deal. We got the bed in a couple days ago. And so now we have an official bedroom to sleep in versus we were sleeping in the guest room up here. So we have that. And so Pamela's office, I think, is the next big one to take care of. So she can't even really she can't, like with this office, she can't put it together until she has her furniture. So she has, we ordered this killer whole furniture, bookshelves, table. It's like a L-shaped table. You can hide all your computer stuff in it. It's going to be killer, and she works so hard. She deserves it. So and then I think there's an accompanying like table that goes with it. So it's just basically a whole office full of furniture. I think 3 bookshelves, and we're going to see how that goes. But there's 2 other bookshelves that we might buy to give her more space, because it's going to be her library too. She likes to read, so she at the old place she had basically a library area that my dad built for her, a bunch of bookshelves and stuff. So we want to display her books so she can get in there and she can read, and then probably a reading chair that we'll put in there as well, so she can work, and then if she wants to take a break, she can sit and she can read for a few hours. So that's kind of the way we're looking at it. So once we get that up as well, then we can finish unpacking the boxes, which is probably where that paper is. And then my printer, we bought a new printer. I can set that up, finally set that up. And so then we'll have a complete working, her office, my office, and then all of the computers will be in sync and the printer will be in sync, because everything we're doing now is wireless. So I even have, like, my keyboard everything's wireless now. So and then I have my monitor, it's up on one of those arms, so I have the full table now that I can put stuff and things like that. So I'm kind of organizing everything, for work and for live streaming. I just got to work on this damn backdrop. Yeah, Spirits Car's right. It's damn boring. Yeah, a more dramatic camera angle and background, please. Come on, Art, you're a professional illustrator, for crying out loud. Yeah, I know. I'm letting you guys down. I feel so bad. We have Danger Vanessa in the house too. Lord Finatra. I like that. Hey, we got Pedro. Pedro and I got to do something. We got to do a black and white cartoon book or something like that. He's so good. Hey, chat. What's up, Art? Same old. So let's see what Past Master Dan has to say. Art isn't familiar with a chair stream concept. With the chair stream, what's a chair stream concept? Is that what I'm doing right now? Is this a chair stream? I mean bigger than that. I meant massive piece of art. Yeah, well, I have that one that was it Todd brought up, that big X-Men, like that's the 282 cover, I think, and it's pretty damn good size. Hey, gang! Hope you are having a great day today. I am having a terrific day. And like I said, I just kind of wanted to hang out with you guys for a while and touch base, and then get to work. Oh, too, I hope you guys liked. We're going to do a new show, weekly show, with myself, with Graham Nolan, with Andy Smith, with Dan Frega, Billy Tucci, and Aaron Lepresti. So we're going to try to get something going every week. So I think Graham said he's going to host next week. So a couple days ago we did one. I think it was Thursday. I think we're going to try to do it every Thursday night at around 8 o'clock Eastern time. And we're just going to do, kind of BS show, have a topic, maybe not, and just kind of hang out, talk about the old days in the comics industry. Although I do think that Graham wants to talk about Star Trek, the old Star Trek TV show. So that should be fun. So I think what we'll probably do is each one that's hosting the show will probably come up with the topic of discussion. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And I think we all got together on Graham's show a week or so ago, and it just was awesome. We all had a good time. So then we just thought, well, let's just do this on a weekly basis. We're still looking for a name for the show, though. So I think we called the other one something like Sexy Baldies or something. What was it? It was Sexy Time with the Baldies and Art. Yeah, that was it. Sexy Time. Yeah, I don't think that's going to stick, but it's a working title. Yes, shout out for the Woodlands. It's gorgeous here, you guys. There's a green belt right out here I can see, and we try to walk as much as we can. There's pathways and stuff. So Pamela wanted to walk. It's more of a forest. It's not a paved walkway. So we walk through here. There's a little stream that goes through here. And so we walked that, I think it was Saturday as well, or was it Sunday? So it was a lot of fun, and we're still looking. There's still, a lot to explore here. So we're having a really good size. I'm reading and I'm talking. It's really awesome here. There's a lot to discover. So this is what I was reading. You have an oversized scanner too. Yeah, I have 11 by 17 scanner for sure. I had to leave the other scanner in California because I was going to bring it in the car, but we overpacked the car. So the car was kind of bottoming out. The shocks in the rear were maxed out. So we kind of had to leave a lot of stuff behind, which was sad because that was a great scanner. It was a Brother scanner, and it had the back loader so you could load 11 by 17 artwork in it and everything. So those are hard to find. So we did find one. We had to order it, and I'm hoping it'll work out just as good. What is this? Haggis Moose. Hope your new house is going well and you're enjoying the area. I could not enjoy it more. I thought we would miss it more. We would miss California, but I haven't got nostalgic for it at all. At all. My wife either. The only thing we miss is the little one, our daughter. She stayed back. She's going to try to make it in California. If she can make it there, she'll make it anywhere. Donald DeLay, I'm glad someone else is joining in on Browbeating Art's poor aesthetic choices. I didn't see Donald. Oh, there he is. Okay, spend some, what is it, shills on good cameras to stream your art. or work digitally. You caveman. Yeah. I do have one of those, is it Wacom? I never have time to learn it, so I gotta find some time to spend on it. Yeah, because if you draw digitally, you can hook it right up to the stream, and it does. It looks incredible. It looks great. Art and the Baldies, great show. Yes. So the Bald Show could be called Under the Dome. Ooh, I'm writing that down. Under the Dome. I like that. I'll pitch it. I'll pitch it to the guys. I'll see. They probably will hate it. They hate everything I say. I'm just gonna have to get used to it. You left a brother behind. I sure did. That's funny. Cali is the den of Satan. Not sure I'd miss that place, such a place. Yeah, you know what? We also, this is so weird. Like the DMV in California, you're like, oh, I hate the DMV, hate the DMV. Well, we had to, register our cars, for Texas and everything. So they don't have a DMV here. They have, it's a tax, basically a tax collection area, and they do multiple things, but it's all like tax. California, it's just filled with bureaucracy. So you have a separate division called the DMV. Here they have, they do many different things, but it was way more organized. So we went in there. We got everything was open too. There wasn't like in California, the DMV, there's like one out of every four slots open for people to help you. This one, every one of the windows was open, and so you take a number, they call the number, they get right to you. So we only sat there for maybe 10 minutes, and then the woman was really helpful. And so unlike California, we got done with all the paperwork. She physically handed us our license plates, physical plates. We didn't have to wait for them. They didn't mail them. They didn't do anything. They just gave it to us. And so I just realized that there's at least this part of Texas, or that idea of, like DMV, whatever, it was just like, there wasn't a lot of bureaucracy. There wasn't like, you have to wait 10 days for your plates, blah, 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 like all these different hoops. Like they dealt with everything right then and there. So very little bureaucracy. And I like that. Already they just simplified the whole DMV idea. So I already dig that. What about the cat? The cat is here. He's roaming around. He's making this place his own. He loves going into cabinets. So he opens all the cabinets and just hangs out, in the cabinets or something. I don't know why he does that. But it's not uncommon to be walking around and seeing a cabinet door open. It's like we have ghosts here. Let's see what Todd says. I didn't miss California at all either. My wife did, and we went back for 3 years. We moved back to Florida, and now my wife doesn't miss it at all. Yeah, there's room here. People are nice. They're helpful. It's pretty crazy. I do have to get used to the y'all. Y'all. I got to get used to that. I'll probably be saying it in no time at all. At y'all. All right, Donald. What does Donald say? An hour a day, Art. Learn digital for your sanity. As soon as I get past some of this heavy lifting of moving in, that's not a bad idea. Just kind of take it day by day and just dedicate an hour to it every day. It's a good one. My friend bought it for me. I just got to figure it out. I'll tell you right now too, if it's boomer, I don't care. I'll own it. But man, technology, this stuff, it's not my thing. It's not my thing at all. I really like the drawing figure model you have there. At least I hope that's where can I get one of those? I searched but unsuccessful. My wife ordered this right from like Japan. I think this is I don't know. I saw it. Was there a crowd fund for it or something? But there was something, and so she just knew I wanted it, so then she ordered it for me. It's pretty good. The head's a little bit big, so it's kind of, anime or, manga. There's eyes for it too, but they fell out. So the eyes move from side to side as well. So all the fingers move, all the joints move individual of each other, the thumb. The wrist, this is my favorite, where the wrist and the forearm, they twist um, onto each other or over each other. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty articulate. I use it for some basic pose ideas, or if I get in a jam. It's mostly just so I could get like measurements. But like I said, the head's a little big, so I got to be careful to make sure the head's smaller there. My favorite guy, Adam Carolla, had a great um, analogy regarding California. California is like a hot chick who never had to try because she's so hot. California has great natural weather and topography that attracts people. Yeah, definitely. But you know what? With everything else, the overcrowding, the freeways, even just the roads, it becomes less and less nice. And also, like, it's becoming more of a concrete jungle. So it's got great weather, but there's very little natural beauty anymore because they just paved over everything. And then every community looks like a cookie cutter of the next community. So it's pretty bad. As soon as I moved from my parents' house, I moved to the beach areas because they're usually a little nicer and different. And then when I met Pamela, we moved from the South Bay into Corona, which was mountains and hills. So that was nice for a while because it's not the concrete jungle. There's a lot of nature and stuff like that. But it's not like here. It's still dry and tumbleweedy. It's desert. So there are some trees, but it's not like here. Here there's like 100+ feet, foot trees all around and stuff. It's really gorgeous. So I do like the green and the blue here. I describe California as brown and gray. The sky usually isn't really blue. It's kind of a brown or a grayish color, and the mountains and the terrain is usually a brown. So very little green. Okay, there's a couple soda, not pop. Okay, so they call it soda here. The only freedom in California is living in a tent. And there's more of those people every day that are living in tents. So you guys are keeping me busy here, so thank you. I always like coming in when I don't have a show because you guys are always entertaining, way more entertaining than I am. Just say no to you all. Why? Why would I do that? Let's see. Hard to believe that California has changed in such awful sounding ways. I used to want to go there because that's where the Bay Area thrash scene had started, but it's gone by now. Yeah. Also, like when I was prime age, 16, 17, the Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood scene was killer, man. This was like late 70s, early 90s. So there was new wave, punk, and then metal, like at first hair metal, and then it started getting a little edgier towards the end there, with Metallica and stuff like that coming in. Cannibal Corpse, you guys are talking about music now. Yeah, people here also love their sports teams, which is cool. Sometimes you can hear them cheering on the weekend. And the one thing I'm looking forward to is the summer when barbecue season starts, because this whole area is going to smell so delicious because everybody's got a barbecue here. So I'm going to probably gain some weight. Although I've lost a bunch of weight since we've been here. So I'm more active, eating less, and then those trails walking around is really cool. There's a couple things I wanted to show you when I was going through the archives and stuff I found. There's these, I don't know if you guys remember, what did they call these type of trading cards? They're not like hologram, and they're not quite foil, but they're embossed. They have like a lacquer finish, and the line, the like ink line, is kind of embedded. The camera's probably not doing it justice. Let me see if I can turn it this way. You see? No, you can't really see. They're not chromium, are they? Are these chromium? Maybe. So this is the Gen 13. I did a couple trading cards for them in the day for Wildstorm. So yeah, this is Fairchild working out. So I got a big stack of these. I'm also thinking that maybe I'll do like a show where like I'll insert chromium. Yeah, so they are chromium. Okay. Chromium, yeah. What I was thinking of doing is like to incentivize super chats, maybe. I don't really care about that, but it could be a way of I was thinking if I held this up and I go, for a super chat, I'll mail this card out, and then I see if I get a super chat, and then so on and so forth. So if I get 2 super chats, then I can get like another, I can incentivize something else. And then if there's 2 or 3 super chats or whatever for that stream, I can pick a name, and then I can send out the winner, whatever it is. And this way, I think, because I have so many duplicates of stuff, I was thinking then maybe I could, instead of throwing the stuff away, I could get it into, collectors' hands. And also it'd be like a nice way of giving something back to you guys, because I have a lot of duplicates, like comic books, like just stacks of books. And I'm going through everything slowly, but I want to archive everything and maybe only keep 2 or 3 of everything for myself. And then all the other stuff, I don't know what to do with. So I could either give it away to you guys in the form of a super chat, or I could just, I guess, donate it or toss it, in the garbage. But this way, like, if it was in the form of super chat, then the super chat one would help me with the shipping cost. And then that way I would have an isolated name, and I would know, who would be eligible for whatever it was. So if you guys like the idea, let me know, and we can try that and see. Let's see what Spirits Card says. You should raffle off among super chats to avoid the appearance of payola. You should raffle off amongst super chats. What does that mean? To avoid the appearance of payola? Yeah, I don't. That's exactly. I don't want it to seem like that. Unseemly to all. Plus, it'd be more fun. But I don't know what that means. You should raffle off amongst super chats to avoid the appearance of payola. Maybe you shouldn't raffle off. Yeah, but somehow I want to try to get these into people's hands. I think I found a couple other Nightwing posters, so I might make those available. I think I found 3 or 4 of them. They were in another container. Like I said, there's like 35 plus years of stuff that I have to go through. So there's a bunch of duplicates of stuff that I could narrow. I could use less space, just keep what I really need, and then somehow get that stuff into your hands, which would be nice. But I do agree, Spirits Car. I just didn't know how else to do it, to isolate names. Wildstorm did at least one oversized Chromium card set. It was badass. Wetworks was in it too. That would be cool, man. Those Wetworks characters would look cool in Chromium. Let's see, Spirits Car's got some good ideas. If there are multiple super chats in a show, amongst these, raffle off the extra swag. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say, like, if there were multiple super chats, like 3, let's just say, but every time there was a super chat, I would put one more item in the mix. So it wouldn't be like just for one item. Every time I got a super chat, it'd be like this plus this. And then if I got another one, then I'd add something else. And then what I would do, if there were 3 or 4, then I would just raffle one of those as a winner and then ship the stuff to them. So is that what you're talking about? If there are multiple super chats in a show, amongst those, raffle off the extra swag. I think that's what I just said. So let me know if that's if you think that's cool or not. Because one thing I don't want to, because like I said, I don't really, it's not about the money or incentivizing. I know I said incentivizing, but I didn't really mean it that way, because I do appreciate super chats. They're great, but they're just kind of icing on the cake, and they mostly just make me feel like that you appreciate it. You know, it's not really the money aspect of it. It's more just like that you've taken that extra step. Let's see what King Crow says. Todd's Truth, I know, man. But as long as the inks are physical, it should still have the necessary human flair. Oh, the digital thing. Yeah, I think what I would do is if I went digital, I would draw digitally, and then I would print out blue line, and I would ink. I physically ink it, because 1, I just like it better, and 2, I like having original artwork. I just like having the artwork. And if I drew digitally, I wouldn't have that anymore. So it breaks my heart to have, like, I have digital files, like color files are usually digital, but it would be so cool to actually have some physical color work. So I'm more tangible. I like the tangible work. So I probably will never digitally ink. Sometimes I'll take my physical inks into Photoshop and I'll change them around or clean them up or whatever, but I won't ink them from scratch that way. I just don't see any point in it. For me, there are some people that do some amazing work digitally, but not that I couldn't, I just don't want to. I don't know, Kickstarter, not that I have a big beef with Kickstarter, but they have done some things that I thought weren't that cool. I think there's a lot of gatekeeping on Kickstarter, the Kickstarter platform, and I think Pamela found it, or one of you guys in the chat found it, where there was somebody trying to fund something that they could find. What was it? That they could find an algorithm or something like that for people online that were basically not in line with their politics or their viewpoints. I guess it's to try to find, anybody that had a different viewpoint than them. And so they were crowdfunding. I forget what it was. I did a show based on it. I don't remember what the site was, but it was on Kickstarter, or what they were selling. But it was somehow that they were trying to, it was a way to find people and then blacklist them if they didn't agree with their politics or their beliefs. So, and Kickstarter was okay with that. And then I think Mike Miller got bumped. I think Zach got bumped. So there's been some people that I know that have been bumped from their platform. So I'm not really sure how I feel about Kickstarter yet. So I'm not quite, where I wouldn't use them. But I think at this point, it doesn't make any sense. I guess you could go there and see what it does, because One thing when I first started hanging out with CG guys, and I would get friends that would message me, and they would say, um, "We don't really support Indiegogo." And what they meant was they don't support CG related people, which is what I translated at the time. But since then, I have found that there are people that are just Kickstarter. That's it. They don't support any other crowdfund platforms or anything like that. So, there are people that just support Kickstarter projects. So the idea being, if you went to Kickstarter, you might be able to, pick up a couple people or whatever. But like I said, at this point, not real sure about it. I have been thinking on the back burner a little bit about what to do with the Chrono campaign. So I'm either at the point of trying to think about adding new stuff to it or closing it down. And if you haven't heard, right now, Chrono Mechanics is one of my creator-owned books, and it is in demand right now on Indiegogo. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Looks like starting. Whoa, see? Looks like you're starting to decorate. Cool. Yeah, it's getting there. Having original artwork to sell is always a good idea. I completely agree. Mark making is mark making, and the human flair is there if a human makes the marks. Oh yeah, like as far as digital, I am not against digital at all. Yeah, I'm not one of those either or types, so I don't have a problem with it. It just has to make sense for me. And so at this point, I like to ink on the board. I like a pen, and I like brushes. I like just that tangibility of it. But I think I would like drawing digitally because it makes sense to me, because you could draw something, and if you don't like the position of it, you can cut it, you can move it, so you can skew things without having to redraw things. And I like that because like if you draw it all on paper, then if something's not in the right place, you have to erase it and then completely redraw it, and that takes time. And one of the things about digital that I do find attractive for me is that you can, like, if an arm you think it's too long, you can cut and paste it, you can move it, you can augment it, and you can do it like that. You can do it really quick. So you can actually, just on a whim, you can pursue an idea. But if you're drawing it, like if you want the forearm shorter, but you already drew the hand, the thing is, if you erase that and try to make it shorter, you have to redraw the hand too. So if you can just cut it, move it, and do that, then if it works, fine. If it doesn't, you just click it back to where it was before and then move on. So you could do a lot of spare the moment kind of measurement things and proportion things that you can't any other way. And so that's what I like. And I'm kind of using Photoshop for the same thing. So like those little thumbnails I showed you, I'll tighten those up a little bit, and then I'll go into Photoshop, and then I'll just kind of move them around and make sure that they're more where I want. And then I'll print those out on blue. Either I'll print them out on 11 by 17 and I'll light box it, or if I really like it, I'll just blue line it, and then I'll pencil over the blue line. So it's kind of like how some people use the blue pencil as just a basic, like, composition, form, and perspective. I'll use it that way, and then I'll just draw with a graphite pencil over the blue line. Because one thing, blue pencil, it's waxy and it's kind of hard to ink over. Blue line printing used to be the same way, but it's not anymore. So the new printers aren't as saturated as they used to be. So the ink can still go through the blue line printing and attach to the board, where it used to just kind of repel from it, almost like you're priming the paper. So yeah, there's a lot to, inking and doing all of this stuff. So Blue Samurai in the house, as they say. And Blue's been sitting in a lot on Pontificator, so I do appreciate that, Mr. Zero, if that is your real name. Let's see what Spirits Car. I'm favoring the Spirits Car today. Comicsgate is in the unique position of building with Indiegogo. Why walk away from that? Better to grow and build and stay the course. Indiegogo is growing every day. I feel the same way. I feel like they've done us right. We'll do them right, and just see how it goes. And if they start getting, woke, or if they start doing some things that aren't quite, kosher, then at that point maybe I'll start looking at other places. But I think that for now, Indiegogo does everything I need it to do. And Kickstarter does just some weird stuff that I don't really care for. I would feel dirty to use Kickstarter, but at the same time, we have to reach out of the CG community. Yeah, but it's I think by just doing and being here and being successful, it is already sending out vibes into the world. So I think people will still find their way to it. You know what I mean? We don't necessarily have to do it by going to Kickstarter. It's one way to do it, but it's not necessarily the only way. But there are some people that are doing it and they're having success at it. So like I said, more power to them. I don't have a problem with people that do it. I've run 5 crowdfund campaigns, and 3 of them have been with Indiegogo and 2 of them were with Kickstarter. So the original Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too, my art book, that was through Kickstarter. So, I have used Kickstarter as a platform. I also do like Indiegogo better the way they assign a number to the backer. Kickstarter, they didn't do it when I used them, so they might have gotten smart. It's easier to find backers. It's just the layout and the format is better. I like that you can extend your campaign. I like the in-demand store. It's just to me, it's a better platform, Indiegogo. So I do like that. So Central Scrutinizer, I saw another, was this Kickstarter? Ho hum. You don't have to go to Kickstarter to reach outside of yeah, that's what I was saying. There is more than Comicsgate on Indiegogo. Yeah, and I think just by being here, putting out great books, having people like yourselves in the chat supporting us, is sending out vibes too. Trust me, I still get from my mainstream buddies, I still get, like, so how does this work? How does that work? What if I came over to Comicsgate? What would happen? What could I expect? Things like that. So there is still a lot of talk, that's going around. So people are taking notice. They do see this. I do think that they just have to come around on their own time. They have to feel safe. It's one of 2 things. Either they're going to have to feel safe, make their peace with it, or the industry is just going to crumble around them and they're going to eventually have no place else to go. Which, I'd like it by choice. I'd like them to be here because they want to be here, not because they have to. Because I had choice and I chose here. So I was still doing pretty well at DC Comics. So what is this? Donald Delay, don't get your panties in a bunch. Fine. You have a soul. I believe you. You have a soul. I'm not sure about that. Oh, here we go. Someone without a soul would say the soul of art comes from the artist, not the an animated tool. Wow, you guys are getting way too deep here. Okay, so I also have this. I'm going to try this out, see if it works. In the day, in the 90s, in '94, I there was a lot of licensing opportunities and things like that, and so people. It's hard to see. Actually, let me see if I can find something to put behind it. So people would send us, Pamela and I, things to market or to sell. So this is like a neon light up. So it sets on your table and it lights up. And so they just did this. They just put this together and sent it to us as like a prototype or a sample. And I want to see if it works. So I'm going to plug it in here and see if we can get this thing to light up. If so, maybe I'll have something else to decorate the studio. Let's see. Okay, I hit the button and light up. It's kind of like a it's neon, and what it does is there's a bulb in here. Oh, there it goes. It's kind of, you can see it on the bottom. So maybe if it was darker in here, you could see it better. But it's kind of a pinkish purple and it lights up. So you can kind of see Justice Can Only Be black and white. You can see it lit up. But it lights up all of this plastic back here. So you can kind of see it on the edges. It's pretty cool, actually. So we never got into full manufacturing mode on this. But yeah, I got things like this, like trading cards and different like POG sets and all kinds of different weird stuff. I think Pamela and I had a licensing deal with a card game set. So there was going to be a black and white like Magic the Gathering type of thing, and that was in the '90s as well. And we signed a deal. We got paid. We got paid like it's like a upfront money, but I forget what they call it. And so we got that money, and we never got the manufacturing. We never got any of the card set done. So, and then the industry just fell apart. So I don't think any of it ever happened. Well, I did put a piece of paper behind it, but let's see if I put a piece of paper behind it when it's lit up. Yeah, you can, it kind of dissipates though. Now you can't see the purple. But I think it's got to be a little dark and it's clear, so behind it's really busy. But you can kind of see like the logo's cool. You can hear it, it's like humming. It's gonna blow up. It's a time bomb. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. And I think there was some they made some other acrylic type stuff. Like they're a plastics company. Wait a minute. Did it just light up more? Maybe just because you can see the edges. See, it's like kind of looks like it's on fire. So if this was the evening time, I could turn out the lights. Oh, we got Smiling Bandito. What's up, my friend? That looks super cool. Yeah, it would look even cooler if you could see that purple color better. I wonder if, wait, hold on. Let's see, I can turn this light out, I can hold that up. Let me see, it's a little darker in here now. Yeah, I guess like from a certain angle, you can see it. Pretty cool. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for Hell Pogs. Yeah, Hell Pogs. Let me catch up before I bid you guys adieu. Wait. Oh, we're doing casting call here. This is always fun. What do you think about Olivia Munn for White? She played Psylocke in that bad X-Men movie. Her casting was great, though. I like the way she looks. I just don't know what kind of what caliber of actor she is. So, if she's a really good actress, because I want somebody in that is one, a really good actress, and two, I would like it if they could really fight. Like what's the woman from The Mandalorian? Like, I like the idea that she seems like the real deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's authentic. And I was thinking, like, what if you could cast the female equivalent to Bruce Lee, like, a martial artist that might even be in the circuit, like she competes, in martial arts, but I know, but is gorgeous and that could act. I know that would be like the triple threat, but man, if you could get that, that would be amazing. They do some pretty amazing stuff. Like some of these actors, they spend months like practicing and learning how to fight or use guns or whatever. So by the time the movie starts, they're pretty much experts at it. So they can fight to a certain level and make it believable. But I think it would be cool if you could actually get somebody that was that instead of having to kind of fake it. But they do a pretty good job. There's this Heidi Moneymaker. She's a stunt lady, and I think she does most of what's her name? Scarlett Johansson stuff for Black Widow, and it's pretty flawless. I think it's the editing and everything. It looks pretty good, so it's pretty convincing that Scarlett Jo is doing all that stunt work herself. I'm sure she's doing some of it, but all that stuff where they're like flipping around people and stuff like that, I think that's that stunt person. Actually, I know it is. There's no way that's Scarlett Johansson, but it would be cool. Like I said, like if you knew that was the actor doing that, for some reason, for somebody like me, I think that stuff's really cool when you realize that the stunt person is the actor. So what is this? Alice Cooper or Kiss? I think Alice Cooper has a few songs that I like. I like his some of his marketing, but I think I like Kiss overall better. I like them better. I like them better. I like the old Kiss too, the '70s Kiss. I'm a purist. It is cool. It's just pretty bright right now. Yeah. It's like it's over in the dark right now with a kind of a neutral background. I got it still. It's still lit up, and it looks better. So it's still working after all these years. Somebody says no. Olivia Munn is a wooden actress, completely wooden. Oh no, there's going to be some fisticuffs. Central Scrutinizer is taking you to task, Spirits Car. Let's see. Olivia Munn was good in the HBO series About the News. You give her good material. You give them opportunity to excel. I am a believer in that too. Sometimes you're only as good as the material or as the director. Case in point, the Star Wars trilogy, the George Lucas, like Phantom Menace stuff. He had some like A-list actors in that, and man, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So I think you can have like bad material, and then you can have bad directors as well. But I do agree, she looked pretty good in the part, and she's got kind of that look, like mixed race, and she's very pretty, which I do like. She has all the physical attributes. Let's just say that. I've yet to see anything that's given me hope for Olivia Munn. You guys are brutal. That's brutal, man. Oh man, we're going off a tangent. You guys always do this, right? When I'm ready to leave, you guys come to life. Let's see. There are many reasons why you pay the money for good actors. The vast majority of actors out there are just flat out, or they just flat out suck. Don't know about that. I didn't see the new Predator. It didn't look that good. Mine is also getting older. Oh my gosh. That's brutal, man. Good luck finding a full-figured Japanese girl. Well, she only has to be half. The other half can be full-figured. I don't know, man. I think you do an open casting call. Like, I was really amazed at what the Marvel movies were able to come up with, especially Thor, Hemsworth. Holy shit, man. They would not have had a movie without that guy. I mean, that Thor, you can't just hire any guy to play that character. And they got a great actor. Not only, I think Hemsworth is better than most of the material that he's given, to be honest. And he's just great. I would actually, if Hemsworth wasn't overused, completely overused, he'd be the perfect Reed Blackett. He'd be the perfect Black. He's got the stature. Excuse me, and also he can play funny. Like, he can do dramatic, and he can go from dramatic to frickin' humor, like, in a heartbeat. What was it? Ragnarok? There's some moments where he just rips your heart out and just goes right into a joke afterwards. He's frickin' brilliant. I would love to get that guy in. Paging Mr. Herman. What is that? Paging Mr. Herman. What are you guys talking about? The new Predator movie was kind of lame. Yeah, it didn't look good. That's why I didn't go see it. I want to find out what this Paging Mr. Herman is all about. That's a guilty pleasure. The first Pee-wee, all that other stuff is really horrible. Something about Aussie actors. They're a lot of damn good actors. Yeah. Do you remember Hemsworth had a little moment? I think he played Kirk's dad in the I forget which Star Trek. It was the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, and I don't know how you guys feel. I know a lot of real Star Trek fans don't like those three movies, but I don't have any reverence for Star Trek, so I didn't mind them. I actually thought they were fun, but Hemsworth in that opening scene is really freaking brilliant, man. Just so good. He practically steals the movie. He definitely sets the high bar for what's the actor's name that plays Kirk? I can't remember that guy's name. It's probably Chris as well. There's all these Chris's in Hollywood right now. Smiling Bandito says, interested to see how Hemsworth acts as Hulk. What? No. They're going to do a biopic on Hulk Hogan? I don't think the Hulkster is that interesting, to be honest. I think that's a waste of talent. I don't know how you guys feel about Hulk Hogan, but yeah, it was the first new Star Trek movie, which I did think set up an interesting premise where, I thought the time travel ideas worked in that, where they kind of ended up creating a new timeline, and that the original, or at least the Dr. Spock, Mr. Spock character from the TV show ended up existing at the same time as the alternate version of him. And I thought that was an interesting idea. And I know that they had to have more ideas for that guy. I just wish, he would have been able to hold on longer, but he passed. So what's his? I can't even remember the actor's name that played the original Spock. But yeah, I thought that first one was pretty interesting. I thought they set up a neat way to retell Star Trek with a new cast, with a new sensibility, and all that stuff. And then I think they went right into the Wrath of Khan storyline and just derailed it. I didn't think, I thought that movie, and I'm not a Star Trek fan, like I said, but I saw a lot of flaws in that. The Wrath of Khan idea that they did with Cumberbatch, and I just didn't think it worked at all. There were aspects of the movie that I thought were okay, but overall, I thought the idea was way better done in the TV show, and especially Wrath of Khan the movie. Hey, we got Jason. Long time no see, Jason. What's up? Chris Pine. Yeah, I knew it was another Chris. All these Chris's. Yeah, I think the first one was interesting though, but they just started getting pretty nutty, I thought. Yeah, I thought so too. I don't know. Maybe some people think he's lived an interesting life. I would rather see a Mr. T movie. I know, I think Mr. T is more interesting. I know he wasn't full on a wrestler, but I think he's more interesting to me. Or even, what is his name? Andre the Giant. Jar Jar Abrams is a hack. He's become a hack for sure. Leonard Nimoy. Yeah, I think that what the Abrams Bad Robot guys were doing at first, it seemed like they were more like odes and tributes to certain things like Spielberg or Lucas and these type things. Even like, which I do like, which is Super 8, the movie Super 8 is just kind of like a Spielberg-esque, kind of Goonies or, type of, E.T. or something like that, type of idea. I do really like it. I think it was well done. So I liked it when he would take some of the ideas and you could see where the ideas were coming from, but they weren't like full on swipes. But then, like basically turning Star Trek into too much of like Star Wars and, like too much of a Spielberg Lucas sensibility, I think was wrong. I think they should have been a little bit more Trekkie fans. And I think they are even self-professed. A lot of the guys weren't original Star Trek fans. So that can be problematic. I do know a lot of creative people that I've met in the past, so I know this exists. They have contempt for the source material. So, meaning the first thing they like to do is get rid of the old and just kind of use the window dressing and just basically redo it with their sensibilities. And I think for some of these, especially something like Star Trek that is really, really well loved, I think you got to be more reverent with the material. I don't think you can play too loose and hard with changing things. And if you really have confidence in what you're doing and you want to franchise it anyway, just play the long game, man. Just play the long game. So if there's like crazy ideas or you want to add like some Star Wars ideas into it, do it later, but like ease people into it. Don't just like hit them in the face with it, like just a big 2x4 right to the face. It's just not the way to do it. But I think they like it. They like to declare like, this is mine, so it's like marking their territory. So Danger Vanessa says, Artie Bear ain't remembering anything today. I never do anyway. This is the normal me. I have zero recall. I say it all the time. Like I could definitely go full Alzheimer's and no one would know. Jake the Snake, do a biopic on Jake the Snake. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Benedict Cumberbatch was terrible as Khan. He wasn't Khan. If it was something different, if they just didn't call him Khan, it would have been fine. But I don't even know why they did call him Khan, because none of that stuff was even there. Like none of the backstory was there. You know, Khan was always personal with Kirk. This wasn't personal with Kirk. This was personal with the other captain, you know, the old guy that I can't remember his name, but he was in RoboCop. That guy. You know what I mean? Like it was all wrong. Like even from just a basic storytelling standpoint, it was all wrong. And yeah, if you're going to recast Ricardo Montalban, Antonio Banderas would have been great. I don't know how old he is, but he would have been much better. And Benedict is a good actor. I think he was fine in the movie, but he wasn't Khan. And that's like we were talking about with even Olivia Munn. Like part of it just might be the material. They just didn't give him, it just wasn't the right Khan. They didn't write the character, you know, because the whole Khan thing, it was all personal between him and Kirk. And so it worked. They were like these flip sides of the coin. But the new one, it was like they didn't have any connection really. So none of it worked at all. Third one was the best. Getting rid of J.J. Abrams as director was an upgrade. I was gonna say I liked the third one with the character with the white hair and stuff. She was pretty damn cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Mr. T had an animated show and he had a breakfast cereal. Jar Jar was always a hack. Mystery Box Abrams. Yeah, there was a moment I thought he had like a window. It was about this far, and he had a lot of promise. But I don't think any of those guys have any original ideas, because the thing is too is Transformers, the first one, motion picture that they did, that was those two guys, those two main writers, Orci and I can't remember the other guy's name. Those are Bad Robot guys. And if you think about the movie structurally, that Transformers movie, the first one, it's ID4. It's almost beat for beat ID4. And yeah, I thought that was really blatant. Like you just stole that movie and then just plugged in Transformers into it. I still like the movie, but I like the movie in the same way I liked ID4. So yeah, I don't think they have. It's good to have your influences, but not to just rip off the source, which is what I think he and his team do. And then I think one of those, like Orci and I can't remember the other guy's name, those guys ended up taking over that Spider-Man franchise, I think. The one with that Andrew, once again, bad on names. The one that they did just before Marvel got the rights again. The one where they killed off Gwen Stacy. What the hell, man? Yeah, those two actors had so much chemistry in that. I forget what it was, Amazing Spider-Man or whatever. And I thought those two actors, the one that played Gwen and the one that played Peter, that they had great chemistry. And then they kill Gwen off in the second movie before they can get anything really going, for the sake of what? Just shock value? It was a bad idea. There was some bad moves on that. There was a lot of good that they had going with that Spider-Man franchise, but a lot of bad. Most of it was the villains. Just bad villains. Andrew Garfield, yes. I almost said Andrew McCarthy. Who is that? That's some other actor. Let's see. Death Metal has some insight. The Amazing Spider-Man series, I still contend Garfield was the best Spider-Man on screen so far. He was damn good. He was damn good, especially in that first one. It's weird because that actor is like in his 30s, and from that first movie to the second movie, he looked older, like significantly older. So I'm not sure how much longer he was going to be able to play that age. Gwen Stefani, no, it's not Gwen Stefani. She was the lead singer for No Doubt. Mark Webb is the director. Yes, Mighty Joe. Wow, I was going to wrap this up like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I thought that there was some good stuff going on there. Raimi Spider-Man was about as bad as it gets. Thank you again, Greg. I'm sorry, man. I feel so bad. There are some major Raimi fans out there that love those movies. Tobey Maguire, I'm sorry, man. I don't like Tobey Maguire at all. I've never liked anything he was ever in. There's something about that guy I don't like, man. I just looking at him just does nothing. And I don't like when they play Peter a loser to that extent, like just too much of a beatdown. I don't like that. I thought that Andrew Garfield, I thought what was pretty cool about the way they played that Peter Parker is that he was kind of a nerd, but he wasn't dysfunctional. Like he stood up for the nerds. Like in the schoolyard, there was that nerd getting bullied or whatever, and he stood up for that guy. So it shows that like he relates to them. He is a geeky, nerdy guy by nature, but he gets along with everybody and he fights for the little guy. So within that scene, they already showed everything you need to know about him. Like he sides with the little guys. He doesn't like bullying, but even the bully, he made friends with that guy. Like, so he wasn't a complete loser. I don't like. That's been one of my problems with Peter Parker always. And there's some that argue it. They say that's the best because nothing ever goes right for him. And then as Spider-Man, it's a direct contrast. Well, how could it be the direct contrast? He's always Spider-Man. Like he always has those abilities, all those heightened abilities. Even as Peter Parker, he still has them. So why would he be such a loser? Like he can't show up to a date on time. He can't manage a schedule. He's completely dysfunctional. Um, and then all of a sudden, as Spider-Man, he's completely functional, and it's not an act. Like it wasn't an act in those Raimi films. He was like dysfunctional. And then like also with all the awkward stuff with MJ, it was weird. That movie was really weird. Man, Art really hates Toby. I think my daughter had read The Great Gatsby, so she rented the movie or she bought the movie. We watched it, and I think he's in it, and I couldn't handle it. I will never forgive Spider-Man 3 for casting Topher Grace as Eddie Brock. I like that Topher, whatever his name is from the '70s show. I like that guy, but yeah, he wasn't Eddie Brock, that's for sure. I like Evil Dead 2. I think that's my favorite Sam Raimi movie. He gets a lot of geek points, Sam Raimi, but I think he got a lot right with those 3 Spider-Man movies, but he got a lot wrong at the same time. One of the things I think he got right was in the second one, the guy that played Dr. Octavius, Xavier, the Doc Ock. I thought that guy, the actor's really good, and I thought the characterization was good. I thought his backstory, everything was good. It all worked for me. Edwin's got. Did you just launch? I'm sorry, I've been kind of neglectful here. It's like you saw a different cut of those movies than the rest of us are. Really? Okay. But I think Edwin's got a campaign right now. Indiegogo. Indiegogo wise, you guys should check that out. We'll probably do something in the future. Like I said, I should wrap this up so I can get some work done. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, Alfred Molina was, I thought he was fantastic too. Thank you. I'm not the only one. There's some people agreeing with me. William Dafoe was fantastic as the Green Goblin, but there's one thing they did wrong, and they did it because of the suit, like it was supposed to be some kind of military prototype suit, was the Green Goblin outfit, but Willem Dafoe, man, just put makeup on him. Like, I thought what would have been better is if they did like the Ultimate Spider-Man, where he kind of morphs, almost like the Hulk, into the Green Goblin, but that was like, in the comic book, he was really huge, like the Hulk, but just like slightly morph into a goblin, like stay human proportions, but like chin and ears and stuff like morph out. And because why do you hire somebody like Willem Dafoe and then just cover his face up? And also, it's just not the character. Like the character doesn't wear like a face mask. That's his face. So, well, I guess at one time it was a rubber mask. So I stand corrected. But I think it would have been cool because they had this gas, and I think he did like he did get extra strength or something like that. Keep talking, Art. You guys just want to see me not get any work done. Willem was rather cringy at times, though. Yeah, because the whole tone of the movie was campy. It wasn't good corny or good campy. I do like camp at times, but I just thought it just missed the mark. I didn't like the Sam Raimi films. Death Metal says that suit was ridiculous. Yes, they should have worked with Dafoe's features. Yeah, I could just see him like just kind of building the back up and like having them all hunched over like this and just making the face kind of creepy looking. I sense the Toby hatred. If I saw Toby right now, I'd punch him right in the face. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, it was like this Green Goblin serum, right? It increased his strength and speed. So it could have just, I mean, if we're going to buy into that, we could have bought in that it changed his features too. And also, he was kind of getting crazy. So what would make you just go off the deep end if you actually physically look like a goblin? And then they tried to tie it somehow into like these rich, like they had these masks in his house or something like that. Like, oh, that explains why he wore the mask. No, it doesn't. I'm tired of relatable villains. That's all Hollywood wants to do. Relatable villains. Yeah, I think sometimes they can work, but excuse me, what would be nice right now is just to play a full-on villain. Yeah. Just for all its glory. You know what I mean? Don't try to redeem him. Don't try to do anything. Just he's a bad person. All right, Mike Wilson Art, we're going to leave on this. Hell Art, hell the chat. All right, you guys. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me on this nooner, this afternooner. And hope you had a good time hanging. I did. And hope to see you in the future. So take care, guys. Enjoy your Monday.